Hey everyone, this is Monica at Tranquil Living, where we help you turn your chaos into calm. In today's video, I'm going to be talking to you about how to engineer your spaces to suit you and your family. Let's get into it. So what does it mean to engineer your space? Well, we all have particular areas within our house. When you move into a house, often you automatically know what is meant to be the living room, what is supposed to be the dining room. Obviously, there's kitchens and bedrooms. Now, depending on how you live your life will hopefully depend on how you set up that house. But what we're finding is that many people are setting up their houses as if it's for someone else because that's what everybody else is doing. So today I would like to talk to you about how to look at the spaces that you have in your house, possibly in a different way than what they're functioning right now, so that you can live the life that you've actually wanted to live for however long you've wanted to live it. Right now we're sitting in my dining room and my husband and I eat most of our main meals, our lunch and dinner, at this table. It's really big for me, and it has been ever since I was a kid, that you eat dinner at a table, you talk about your day, and that's a routine that I've been keeping since I was a very young child. But I know that many people have somehow transformed their lives and they are eating on the couch in front of the television. So that's the first thing. You have to stop doing that. Your food needs to be the main thing that you're focusing on when you're eating. If you're watching the television, your brain is thinking about the television, and that doesn't actually help you to be able to effectively digest your food. So the first thing is using the space in a healthy way, and that is the easiest thing for me to do in my dining room. Now, when I was single, my dining room table was used as a clutter mess, pile stuff on top of it, because I wasn't actually sitting at the table. At that time of my life, I didn't feel the need to have such a big table that I was sitting at by myself. So I would often sit outside on my patio next to my pool, and I would just have my meal there. Or when I was living in Kuwait, as terrible as this is, sometimes I literally would just stand over the counter and I would eat my meal right after I finished it as I was doing dishes and other things, which is not healthy either. So I feel like now, especially, and even when I was in Bali, utilizing the dining room table as a dining room table was really important. The space that we have here has room for approximately 7 people because we do have people over quite often and we do have gatherings. We like to have a lot of space. So we chose this dining room table based on the fact that we do a lot of entertaining, and that works for us. If you're a person that doesn't have people over, and if you do have people over, maybe you choose to eat at a different place, then maybe you don't need such a ginormous dining room table. You don't have to have what everybody else's have. My point is, choose what is best for you. We have this table and we utilize this table for lots of different things when we are socializing. Maybe we have the food spread out and people are, walking around and eating, or maybe they're enjoying time on the balconies, or maybe it's an actual sit-down dinner and all the food is laid out on the table and we're all just sitting around the table. So it depends on what the function is. But this room has gone from being a dining room to a living room and then back to a dining room again. So my husband, he has started his own YouTube channel and he is focusing on promoting Indian fashion for men. And we were finding that the space that we were using to record in the living room, it was really difficult because we kept having to move the furniture constantly every time we were doing videos for him. So we flip-flopped, and this room became the living room and that room became the dining room. And that way we weren't having to utilize, furniture and moving it constantly each week when we were doing his filming for his content. But after he finished that, he made space upstairs in his studio. He now has recording equipment up there so he can do his recording, and it doesn't have to be in a main space in our house. And we were having a gathering of people, and we knew that we needed to have a bigger space than just this area here because it did get a little crowded with the furniture from the living room. So we flip-flopped it back. Now it's acting as a dining room, and that other room is acting as a living room. But here's the point. We changed that. We didn't need somebody's permission. We just did it because that's what was functional. That's what was functional for what our needs were at that time. We might find later that we want to utilize that big space in the living room to do something else. So maybe we'll flip-flop it again. It just depends on what our needs are in the moment. So when you're thinking about how you're arranging things within your house, it doesn't have to be forever. My studio is the master bedroom, actually. So it's the biggest bedroom in the house, but I needed the most space in order to be able to do the creations and things that I needed. So we made our master bedroom my art studio. Our main bedroom, our master bedroom, is behind me, and it's a small room. There's not much in a short video here so that you can see what the inside of it looks like. We had my husband's office in another bedroom, but then his parents were coming to stay with us, and we realized we didn't have any space for them. So we converted that room into a bedroom. My husband went upstairs and converted that room into his studio and his office. So we're constantly changing things within the house to better suit the needs of us and what we're doing at that time. So that's the first thing, is thinking about using the space in a healthy way so that you can live the life that you want and reach the goals that you have. So our goal was to be able to film content. For my husband, our goal was to have a place to socialize and gather with our friends. A habit that we have is to eat dinner as a family, my husband and I, each day at a table. So all of these things are things that we dreamt up in the dream it stage, and then we engineered the space so that it better suited our needs and helped us to be able to reach those goals that we had. Something I hear a lot from moms especially is that they feel like they're not connecting with their family, they're not connecting with their kids. I want you to think about the space in your house, and I want you to think about what it makes people want to do. So for example, my living room, which used to be my dining room, but it's now back to my living room, it has two couches. There's a couch and then there's a love seat. The love seat's on the other side of me here. And we have a coffee table in the middle. So automatically when you walk in this room, your attention goes to that area because that is what you want people to go and do. So automatically when people come into my living room, they sit down and they're face to face with each other. Now, a lot of people, their couches and furniture faces a television. So what that is telling you, your family, your guests, is when you come into that space, your attention then should be on the television. Now, I don't know many people who actually talk to each other when they're watching shows. Maybe you do. But if you want to increase the amount of connection that you have and communication that you have, think about spaces in your house where you can engineer the furniture so that the furniture speaks to each other. So it makes it so that, couches are facing together, or maybe you have two chairs that are together on a balcony. So automatically that tells a story of come to this space, sit down face to face with each other and make connections. If you feel like maybe your living room is not that place, maybe your living room is a place where people can come and be entertained, and that is with your gaming systems, that is with your board games, that is with your television that covers the wall. Maybe that room is for entertainment, but you should still have another place in your house where people can come, or maybe even a space within that space where people can actually sit face to face and have a chat or connect with each other, whatever. Message also goes for empty nesters. There are many people whose kids move out and then they have this empty space and they don't know what to do with the space. Many people just leave it as a bedroom just in case, hopefully one day that child will come back to visit or whatnot. But think about how you can utilize that space in a new way for something new that you want to get into. Maybe you can make it into a studio, a craft room, an exercise room, a place where you go and do meditation, anything that you want to do, an extra bedroom that comes to be because you have a child that left home. It's a really easy way for you to think about how to utilize space in a different way. So to end, I want you to just think about your space in a slightly different way. I want you to look at the room as just a room. What is it that you could do in that room? What are the goals that you're wanting to reach? What did you dream up in the Dream It stage? And how can you transform your home so that it better matches you and your family's needs? And also to help you live and meet those routines, get those habits going that you want to, that will help you to be able to live the life that you want to. Check out my other videos to see how else you can organize your home and live a more tranquil life in the process. See you soon.